So what do I think of the Starship Enterprise? Well, I mean, it looks a bit like the Starship Enterprise. Well, I think it does anyway. Sorry about the road noise. Well, where do I start with this thing? There are some simple things that I like about this machine. One thing you've got to be careful of is these clips. If you've got your finger at the back here and you try and lift it up while your finger's there, it's going to pinch your finger. And I don't know if you can see that, but I have a bit of a blood blister on my finger from that, so just be a little careful with those catches. But they are very good. Oh, a bit squeaky, a bit too tight. And look at that, it has numbers. I don't know if you can see that properly, but it has numbers on there, so you can see where you're extending it to. That's a really nice little extra touch there. So you can always put it back to the same spot. So that's a little extra. It's wireless, so this wireless coil goes flat quicker than the main control box and the headphones. So you have to make sure that that's kept charged, but it can be charged off the battery pack. So you can charge it in the field if you need to. Yeah, I like it. I like the wireless part of it because the wires don't get snagged up in the woods when I'm hunting, and I hunt often in woodland. But yeah, it's taken a bit of getting used to have the wireless. It comes into its own in mineralized soil and in iron-filled soil. So if you've got lots or a heavy bed of iron, lots of nails and different things, then this machine can really pick between the iron and get you the signals. And I'll put some clips in the video about this. Like no other machine I've used, to be honest, this thing is phenomenal when it comes to iron. Now, is it worth the money? Well, one thing I'll give you a heads up. First of all, check that everything is tight on your detector. I've got about a little over 100 hours, and this is already coming loose. So these screws are loosening on this stock here. So I have to do something about that. Obviously I'm going to lose the screws. I know Pace Treat Super Freak, he's also had a screw come out of the handle. So please check that all your screws are tight. And I have to say, pros and cons. The pros are it's great in iron, it's good in mineralized soil, it's good on the beach. Cons, it's very expensive. Is it really worth that money? If you're on a normal field environment like we have in the UK, where the targets are like 5-10 minutes apart, then I don't think you need a machine that is that expensive. If you're doing home sites where there's lots of iron and bad targets, then I would say this machine actually will really help you find the targets that you need. The numbers you have to be careful of. Aluminium rings up all over the place on it, so it doesn't give you really good signal. The cruiser tells me whether it's a little piece of aluminium or if it's aluminium, thicker aluminium with a shape. There are distinct numbers. Also, I found with bullet casings, they come up as a good number, which I didn't have with my cruiser. But with this machine, it's the tones, the sound it makes that you have to be really, really aware of. More than any other machine that I know of, you really have to take notice of the sound that it's making. And that's not always so easy. But yeah, you really have to learn this machine. There are lots of basic settings on it, and so it's not as complicated, or it doesn't have to be as complicated as people think it is, because you can go into just the stock settings, which are very, very good, I have to say. So you can just run it in the stock settings and not mess with the settings at all, and you'll still have a great day's hunting with this machine. You can adjust everything and change the screens and do lots of different things with it, but you don't have to have a good hunt with that machine. So there's lots of other things to talk about that we could talk about, but I'm going to leave it there for the moment, and I'll put a video together about this machine. I like it. As you can see, it's very muddy. If you want to see anything in particular, please let me know and I'll try and show you. Thanks for watching, guys, and moving on.